David Muir, I mean, I've never seen this guy. He's the host. Is he host ABC Nightly News? He was looking at Donald Trump at this interview, this ABC interview. Like, this is just Star Trek reference. Maybe many people won't know, but like Captain Pike, who was the captain before Kirk, who was like completely immobile. But here is part of that ABC News interview. And apparently at that ABC News interview too, ABC didn't release this as a video, but Trump said that his standing ovation was bigger than Walter Payton's at the Super Bowl.
Peyton Manning's
at the Super Bowl. Okay. Well, that makes more sense. Well, it does a little bit. I guess did Peyton Manning like wave to the crowd and everybody, I don't know what happened. I don't know. Anyways, here is part of that ABC interview just to prove that he's not insane. Donald Trump dragged this guy, David Muir, to see some photos. And we got a funny there's a funny backstory to these photos, too. Here you go, folks. But let's hear Donald Trump explain what we're looking at.
The president then takes us through the West Wing to show us the photos they already have on the walls.
And these are some of the pictures that were taken. This is the swearing in and the first dance with Melania. Here's a picture of the event. Here's a picture of the crowd. Now, the audience was the biggest ever. But this crowd was massive. Look how far back it goes. This crowd was massive. And I would actually...
This is amazing because I don't think I've seen this picture so clearly represent how empty the mall is. Yeah. It just goes 1.5 sections deep. And then you can see, like, there's nobody. When Obama was there, during the 2009 inauguration, like, not just that white part, but then across the street and then back and back. It's stunning. All right, let's see. We'll see if Muir argues with him about it. Here we go.
Also at Obama's, you couldn't even get on the mall. So there was overflow. Like I couldn't get there because I was late.
Back it goes. This crowd was massive. And I would actually take that camera and take your time if you want to know the truth.
I do want to ask you, Mr. President.
And Jared has been here and he's doing a great job.
And just before we leave, the president tells us he wants to show us just one more image.
But one thing this shows is how far over they go here. Look how far this is. This goes all the way down here, all the way down. Nobody sees that. You don't see that in the pictures. But when you look at this tremendous sea of love, I call it a sea of love. It's really something special that all these people traveled here from all parts of the country, maybe the world, but all parts of the country. Hard for them to get here. Many of these people were the forgotten men and women, many of them.
Yes, they all came. Now, wow, how did they get those pictures so quick? Well, the Washington Post has now reported that on the morning after Donald Trump's inauguration, Donald Trump personally ordered the National Park Service Director, Michael T. Reynolds, on a personal phone call to produce additional photographs of the previous day's crowds on the National Mall, according to 3 individuals who have knowledge of the conversation. The president believed that they might prove the media had lied. And they had claimed that the attendance had been no better than average. Trump also expressed anger over a retweet sent from the agency's account, in which side-by-side photographs showed far fewer people at his swearing-in than had shown up to see Barack Obama's inauguration in 2009. And this is the best part. When they were asked, like, hey, how freaking insane is it that the president called the head on its day one, ladies and gentlemen. Remember how much we heard about day one? Day one. Day one, I'm going to do this. Day one. Turns out on day one, he called the National Park Service director, Michael Reynolds, to get photographs. And when they asked the White House Deputy Press Secretary, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, I think it's Huckabee's daughter, how insane is your president? She said, the call simply demonstrated that Trump's management style is to be, quote, so accessible and constantly in touch. He's not somebody who sits around and waits. He takes action and gets things done. That's one of the reasons why he's president today and Hillary Clinton isn't. Hey, it's Sam Seder. Why don't you subscribe to this channel? You can do so right over here. Subscribe.